Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, welcome to the Eagle Talk Show. Bienvenidos al show de las águilas. Por favor, please stand up and welcome your host, Micah Ariano. Welcome, bienvenidos al show de los águilas. Welcome to the Eagle Talk Show. You can be seated. Our show today is about, it takes a village. It takes all of us, parents, partners, to educate a child in this village. Es un tema de un taller de hoy, es para educar a nuestros padres, que la comunidad es para enforzar la educación para sus hijos, como en parte de ustedes que están involucrados en la educación de la escuela de sus hijos. You are the leader. You are the first teacher of your child's education. We got wonderful organizations here that's going to provide services, materials for us today. So let's get this show started. How about that? Welcome, bienvenidos. Today we're going to learn more about how we can engage our parents and the school setting, especially with this Austin Independent School District. And it's you as the leader that we need you to partner with us. And so when we started about a year ago with our first guest, we brainstormed with this, what we need to do something different, kind of flavor it in the school setting. This is the first time we have a talk show at Walnut Creek. So welcome, my first guest is Paul Perez, our principal here at Walnut Creek. Let's welcome Mr. Paul Perez. Eagle tip, attendance. Minnesota University's research has found if a child is on time every day in school, more likely that child as an adult will not miss too much work. How about that? That's a little Eagle tip for the day. Paul, welcome.
Thank you.
I know, bienvenido, and I know we brainstormed about this project about a year ago.
Oh, yeah.
Share with us the new change in innovation, el cambio, por qué, why.
Well, you know, Michael, when we talked about this, one of the things that we talked about was that every community has value, and every community wants the best for their students. You know, a lot of times people see a community like ours and it's always, they see the negative side first. But what we have to do is bring out the positive. We are a community. Our school needs to be a community center, but more than that, it has to be the center of the community.
That's very good. So it's us reaching into the community.
Correct.
And the community reaching to us.
Correct.
To enforce, para enforzar. Nosotros vamos a la comunidad viene a nosotros a la escuela, porque es bien importante.
That's right. And, you know, the whole thing is that we want to increase the academics of our students, but at the same time, show our parents, our community, our business leaders in the community as well, not only to participate in that, but to go to the next step, engage in that. We want them in the classrooms. We want them to actually help educate our students. They are valuable to us, and so we need to make sure they understand that we value them.
So what is the expectation as a principal here, or what is your vision? And as we launch this show in the school district, and everything happens at Walnut Creek, most of it, you know that, right?
Yes.
Todo pasa en Walnut Creek, some reason, you know? So
Yeah.
Share with us, what is your vision, what is your expectation?
Well, my vision is that the community members, our parents, our teachers, our scholars all work together, and that we see each other not just in passing, not just asking for donations and for a check. We want them to, the vision is for them to actually be in the building often, every week. And, you know, we do that in lots of ways. We have mentors from Seedlings. We have our ACE mentors. We have AmeriCorps. We have, you know, and so it's encompassing everybody. But on top of that, we also need to educate our parents. So that's why we also have programs like our ESL classes. And the thing is to be open to everything. Anything that will benefit our parents, that will benefit our students, that will benefit our community, that's what we're here for.
And that's what we call it. It takes a village, right?
It does.
Toma una comunidad a educar a nuestra comunidad, a nuestros padres, para impulsar la educación de sus hijos, to enforce the academic higher education for their child.
That's right.
Tell me, who pretty much was your mentor as a child? What got you to this field in education, Paul?
I thought about this, and I have to think back to one of my principals, my elementary principal. His name was Mr. Waniak, and what I remember most is that he paid attention. He noticed me at a time when a lot of people were overlooking me. And when he paid attention, he was able to make a connection with me, and I felt a connection to the school and was able to prosper.
Good. So as a child, who was your mentor as a child in the house?
In the house, it was my father.
Your father. Was your father an educator? Was your father...
No, my father was an immigrant. He came from Mexico, and he worked his way up. He started as a dishwasher, and he got himself educated, became a computer engineer. But every step of the way, every day, mijo, you got to go to school. Necesitas que ser mejor que yo hice. You got to do better than I'm doing.
And we can relate that because as my mom, as you know, my mom has crossover, but she was our mentor and a leader. As a single parent, our goal was, Paul was raised in the economic challenge environment, where they call it, public housing. And back then we used to call it the ghetto. Yeah. And so it's really have changed. And so my mom said the way out here, it's called a ticket, and the ticket is called diploma in education.
That's right.
My mom was very firm. I don't know about your family, but we now understand as adults why they played that role, because they knew in their environment. I know my mom played that role because she knew her environment. She had to be the lion in there. So we can kind of relate into that.
Absolutely.
And so where do you see the show going in the next couple of months? And what do you expect from the parents in the community?
Well, what I expect is that we will be able to inform more of the community, make sure that they understand that they're welcome here at Walnut Creek. And really, they're welcome at any school in the district to come in and be part of their child's education, make sure that they feel that they have the right to question what is happening to their child in the classroom, and make sure to give us guidance in how to better help their child. Because like you said, they know their children best. We get to know them and love them as we go throughout the school year, but sometimes we have to start school every year.
Right.
And it's a new learning, it's learning another child, and how do we meet their needs? We need them to help us jumpstart it so we don't waste time.
Right. What's been your challenges in your career?
My challenges has been, growing up as a student, is many times people would tell me, oh, you can't do that. And so it's really, one of the things that I want to, and I tell the teachers, we have to teach our children to don't let anybody hold them down.
Right. And I think we're taught, Paul, and it's a culture thing. We're taught, I see that at HEB, and parents say, we can't afford this, no tengo dinero. And I think we can change that conversation approach to the child, say, let's just save money. Let's find a way to save money. And I think the programming that negative, positive negativity in the process of learning, the child comes and hinders that child to be potential in their lives. I think as a parents, we can change those behaviors, those pattern learning behaviors, I think. What do you see how's your administration engaged with the community?
Myself, my assistant principals, Juan Zia, Charles C. Johnson, what we do is we have an open door policy. A lot of times, when parents come, they'll go, it's hard to find you, but if they come to the office, we tell our secretaries, no, parents are important to us, the community is important to us. If they want to see us, call us on our radios. They may have to wait 2 or 3 minutes, but we'll get there, and we'll talk with them, and we'll solve problems, and we'll work together. That's
very good, because what happened in Connecticut, a couple of months ago, share with us, you implement some safety implementation in school, and I think it's for the safety of the kids. Because a lot of parents come in and say, "What's the changes?" Just share with us briefly on why do we make those changes.
You know, we met with John Gayete from the district, you know, who's in charge of safety, and he gave us some recommendations. The biggest recommendation is to limit the amount of entries into the building. And so that's one of the biggest things that we've done. We had multiple entries, and so it was really hard to keep track of who was coming in and out. And so now we're limited to one entry for adults in the front. And we still have another entry just for students, but adults know that they need to go around to the front of the building. And all adults must check in and out of the office so we know who's coming and going.
I think we know there's anytime there's changes in any environment, people question. I think those changes is to accommodate people. There's the processes, there's changes for the keys for safety for the kids.
Correct.
And it's a process when implementing those changes. We see a change in the campus here and other campuses, but we see that it's needed, and we see the difference in that. And again, it's creating the village and the safety of the village. And so before we really close our conversation, I remember when we met years ago, and I think that you believed in the leadership that I was doing in the community, and I really tapped into your leadership. And so that together, we have really accomplished in our community the leadership that we need in here. Like you said earlier, you know, this is like a community center.
Correct.
There's resources. We have tons of resources here. Academically, we have here just to support the family. And I think that's the key here is really somebody to see replicate the concept that we have, the model that we have here. Right. And every school's unique, but building that resort community here, it makes a difference for the community, for the parents. And I think the open door is, and then we've seen that, open door communication with the community and the parents.
Absolutely.
And then teaching the parents, how can we work together? It's a team effort. It's a village.
Correct.
That creates that. And so anything else you want to share with us before we come to a closure, Paul? And
you know, and I understand that people say that leadership is what drives the campus, and it is, but it's not one central person, like you said earlier. You know, when I first met you, I told you, I need someone that will keep me on track, because...
Now, do I do that?
You do. You do, every day. You know, I get sidetracked, and it's not really sidetracked because that's my focus, is the academics of the students. And so I'm in the classrooms, and I'm in and out, and I'm supporting teachers, and... but you keep me grounded and keep me in contact with the community, the parents. You inform me of things that I may not be aware of. And so, like you said, you know, it takes a village. It takes all of us. And so, again, I thank you for your leadership as well, because I can't do it by myself. It takes all of us.
And I think that the leadership part, people understand that part of the leadership is you don't have to agree with that situation, but, you know, find a solution to that. So, Paul, we want to thank you. Let's thank Paul for being here today. He's a wonderful guest.
Thank you.
And so, our second guest, we'll talk about attendance and how we can straighten attendance in really in this little village. Becky's from North Park Dental Family Center. Join us, please. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a seat. She'll talk about a lot of partners are coming to the school system and said how we can really improve the attendance, either through incentives, either through some leadership. And Becky's going to share with us, you know, what is North Park Dental, what services, and how are they being engaged with us? Becky, welcome.
Good morning, Micah. Well, North Park, we're a professional organization that provides top quality dentistry to the Austin area and surrounding counties, to every child, every adult that comes in our door. And our staff, we're committed to customer service. We want everybody to have a wonderful dental experience. And also, something that I want to share with you is that what makes us different from the typical dental offices is that we don't only service the Austin area, but we also volunteer in third world countries with this nonprofit called Smile Healers.
It's a charity.
Yes,
Okay.
it's a charity, and that we founded. So we help people in Haiti and Peru currently with their oral health.
And how many offices do you have here in the Austin area?
We have one very close to Walnut Creek Elementary, so that's our Lamar location. We also have a new one that just opened last month in Norwood Park.
So in that area, people go in to your office, learn about, as we know that if we can prevent treatment into the hygiene, the dental work, I think kids will be here in time because that affects the kids if they don't have that. They're not insured. Perhaps sometimes that happens to us in the community here with AISD and schools. And really partner with organizations like yours in business and help us to the child could be in time, which that links to us that you all do a program here that is in other schools that I know, like Hart has been part of that also too. Share with us how did you link into that program, and what do you see in the results in that?
Well, as obviously part of the village, we're part of the village here, raising the kids in the community. Dental care is very important. Like you mentioned, we don't want kids to be missing school because they have toothaches, because they have problems with their mouth, and that's where we come in. We also have very late appointments so that the parents don't have to take them out of class and have them miss school. And when we partnered with Walnut Creek and Hart Elementary, and we're partnering with Future.
Hopefully middle schools?
Yes.
Good.
More schools, middle schools and high schools, that's what's next. The way that we did that is through the incentive program. And so we promote the attendance and the academic in the community with their children. And we've found that very rewarding. We've given, the first year we did scooters. This time we've upgraded to tablets, to iPads pretty soon.
So you see, parents, you see that, parents? They're working hard here with us. And so you do your effort as parents and engage. Partners want to see those results. And that, go ahead.
Exactly. And it's very rewarding, too, because just recently I had a call yesterday from one of the winners, and it was very heartwarming to hear that the kids are happy, the parents are happy, and it's very important because the parents engage in the success of the kids.
Right.
They help out by making sure they're here on time, making sure that they are studying and doing their homework, and in tied to that, they get these prizes. They enter in these raffles, and they use these tablets for further academic purposes.
And it motivates them. And not only motivates the family, the child. It's a lotto at the end of the semester. We've done that. It's a lotto, so the child really gets motivated. The attendance and the A and B on a row. The parent was here yesterday, the one you're talking about, and I asked a conversation with the parent, and what keys, what tools are you using for your child to continue being successful academically? It's amazing what he shared with us, and there'll be another show later on where really we ask parents to come in as part of the guests and to educate the parents keys, resources to tap into what other parents need to really the higher education for their child. So, that's very, very key for us to you as a business leader to be part of our organization. What else are you doing besides? How do people go to your services? Is there besides the program? What services you provide in the community?
Well, the services that we provide pretty much are, and that's something that we want to make sure that everybody knows that we are a family practice.
Okay.
So we see from the baby to the grandpa. Or
So
the
you're not
grandma.
corporate?
No,
Wow.
we're not.
See, that's the difference, folks. We tend to educate, really encourage our parents to go to the mom and pop stores and business and we're all for corporate too, because one of our underwriters is going corporate also too. But helping that community, the village, it's very, very key because those businesses bring revenue, like you all bring revenue. So sure, continue.
Exactly, and so that's what I was telling you about, that we're very committed to that. We're very committed to our patients. We provide them, we make them comfortable because nobody likes to go to the dentist, especially the kids. Well, so we go beyond that. We give them balloons, we do a lot of incentives for them in office.
Good.
So that they can feel comfortable. Parents too, we offer oral sedations, the laughing gas, anything possible so that they can feel
That
comfortable.
laughing gas really works. I've been there before.
Yes,
That's really good.
he's one of our patients, so he can tell you.
It works, especially after a stressful day. But it's interesting with us is that you do the possibility I don't know about other businesses, but especially the medical industry, that they accommodate the parents or the family to do after school appointments. And sometimes it doesn't work because their agenda, their schedule. But I've seen how y'all work, and it's very unique because you believe, and y'all believe, that education is the key for higher education for the child. We call them here at Walnut Creek scholars. We don't call them students. So share how's that working? Who implemented that to work with the
Well, we have wonderful doctors, and our main doctor, Dr. Joseph Booth, he believes in that. He strongly believes. He comes from a family of dentists. His grandfather was a dentist. His brother is a dentist, and he's a dentist. So we believe that. We believe that education, it contributes more to not just yourself, but to the world in any field that you choose to be in. So that's something that we promote. Our kids are scholars. You know, we have a lot of them that come from Walnut, from all the surrounding Hart, all the surrounding elementaries and schools. And we see that they're very involved in the school. They always talk about, they're very proud of where they're attending.
Right.
And they share with us, you know, what they're learning, and we encourage them to keep doing that.
What motivates you to go into that field?
I think I just love people and seeing them smile. I think that's important. I'm always smiling, so I believe that, you know, when somebody feels very in tune with their teeth, they feel confident. They project that. They're more engaged.
Very confident because they be doing good work. And the thing that going to the office is customer service you mentioned earlier. And I think that it's to be implemented in any kind of industry business, even in public schools. I believe this, if we could really coach our staff, front staff at any business, front office, customer service, I think it's an open way for business to increase their sales, whatever that industry might be, but into the aspect of schools, we improve a quality of customer service. It's a process. Every school is very unique. I think you get more parent engagement and community. Would that make sense? Yeah? And I think that improves that. So with your business, I see that because not because I'm a patient there, but also because I know that you believe in higher education with the kids and how you all schedule the parents and our kids to make sure that they're here through the structural day. It works just phenomenal, not only for you, but for us too. Yeah, so who was your motivator as you were going to your career?
I believe it was my parents, for sure. My parents, I think that's why it's so important for the parents to engage as much as they can, to be involved in their kids' life, because I had wonderful parents that would always encourage me, you know, and I was a very good student as well, you know, A student, and they always encouraged that. They always wanted me to keep reading, you know, and that's something that I very much appreciate it now. I love that they were always there every step of the way throughout my schooling, and they were always there, you know, they were my biggest cheerleaders, and that's important. You need to have that.
And that is one of the also to motivate the parents here today, that no matter what challenge we have at home, you know, I think still come and focus having time with our kids. I know the internet it's wonderful, and media, social media and everything, it's great. But I think if we spend at least 5 minutes, I'm just asking 5 minutes, okay? But just sit down with your child and really say, how was your day? I think that's a parent engagement. A lot of people think parent engagement, Becky, is about we're not demanding, we're just suggesting to parents that the key of the value of parent engagement needs to be, again, kind of implemented in their family, because we know those are the results that helps the child, that my parents are involved. And it's not only in school, but it's at home. It's 5 minutes. You turn off the TV, sit down at dinner. We're not doing that much nowadays, but we can still go back to what it was before and improve that. And so you share with us that, you know, that your motivators were your parents. And I think in a different era, it was very different than they believed. They didn't have really the tools, perhaps, the educational tools that we're providing here today with the parents, with the leadership, with information. How could they continue engaging with the parents academically? Show me where are you? And you mentioned the new business that you. And How is that going? What is your goal in that area?
Well, that business, this new location has different hours. Like it extends our hours here. So because it is in the north area, just like the one we have right now next to Walnut, what happens is that we are trying for parents to not take the kids out of school. And so we obviously, we're just new. So we want to be able to have as many kids and as many parents and as many in the village as possible to be part of our dental home.
What is your vision in the programs you have with attendance awareness and incentives? What is your vision? What is the goal that you have to accomplish with other schools?
Where our goal is, to have more parents involved, more kids being in the lotto. I think that's going to be, and obviously, more smiles, more calls like we had yesterday.
Right, yeah.
That really just warms our heart. It gives us motivation to keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah. And I think that's what the parents community need to know, that we're creating that village, and this is part of the tools that we need, and to really educate our kids. The key is to be engaged as a parents, as our guests here, to be engaged with the kids' higher education. And Becky, I want to thank you. So as I mentioned to you, she talked about attendance. So as we know that attendance affects our child's career and goals. Our jobs here as educators, it's not a job. I speak only for myself. It is about my career. Even though it has challenges, like any challenges, like a marriage has challenges, but we improve every day. And so the attendance is very key. We see the results of leaderships coming together, business, to increase the awareness of attendance. I want to thank all the sponsors. We have Wells Fargo, we have Smart Styles, we have Elliot Tyson, raise your hand out there, and he's doing the photos for us. I got so many sponsors. We have Sendero, and so I want to thank you again. Remember, always remember, you are your child's bus driver for his or her education. Recuerden, usted es el chofer del camión para dar la educación a sus hijos. Gracias, and remember, it takes this village to strengthen our community. Gracias. Gracias. Thank you. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much.